Hey guys, Ellie here from Next Chapter Homestead. Today I'm working on the garden, so the plan is essentially just to go around and harvest everything that I can and fix this wilderness, this jungle that we've got going on. I need to know what space I have available to me. I need to put more compost in the garden. I've got lots of little things to do. And I'm actually not mad about it. I kind of like doing the small tedious little jobs. They're fun for me, but they do need to get done, else they start piling up and they become one huge job. And that's what I have today. I have a huge job to do, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do my best to take you along on all the little twists and turns that we come across. Let's go see what the garden's got going on. Start off by using my garden wire just to help these paprikas stand upright. I have already come round after the storm we had here, and I propped them with smaller pieces of bamboo so that they could stand. And now that they are staked, I just want to attach them to those stakes so that they don't blow over or fall over because they're top heavy because of the size of the paprikas. I come along here and pick off these beetroot leaves. They're in the way and I want to walk here because I need to get in to do some of this weeding, and then I'll take the tomatoes off as well. And I will pick any of the charred leaves that I feel I want, and we're going to go from there. Right, so I've pulled off all the beetroot leaves that were looking either sickly or just a little bit worse for wear. And it did bring my attention to the fact that my beetroots are actually quite small. And honestly, I don't think they're going to size up from here, so I might just harvest them and make better use of the space. So I think I'm probably going to do that. So the reason I'm actually coming along to harvest some of this Swiss chard here is because if you look here, I have some issues with them falling over. And I have some that are really closely planted. So in this newly acquired space, once I've weeded it, I will remove a few of these little plants and space them a little more evenly so they can size up. Because obviously the closer you plant them together, the more they're competing, so the greater the likelihood the plant itself is going to get a little stunted. And as you can see, some of them are being shaded out or are competing with the weeds, so we're going to try and solve that problem now. I'm removing all the old crustier leaves as well that took a bit of a beating in the storm, just because if they're touching the ground or they've yellowed for whatever reason, it's generally not a great sign for your plant health, so it's pretty good just to remove them in any case. And this won't go to waste. Whatever myself and Duncan don't eat, the chickens will eat. So any of these slightly more yellowed leaves, I'm going to give to the chickens. They'll appreciate it. As you can see, my Julia Child tomato doesn't seem to be doing so well, but in all honesty, I definitely think that is my own fault. I have not done anything to these tomatoes since I planted them, and it's just time that they get a little bit of support that they need. So in this section, this is a Heinz tomato, and it is being blocked a fair amount by the bean plant that's behind it. But we're not doing it any favors by letting it lie down like this. So again, I'm just going to stand it up. I'm going to move the stake in, and I'm just going to wire it up and take off the bottom leaves, anything below that fruit. Hey guys, so We're done with the beetroot over here, and we've tidied up. We've done a bit of weeding. We've also pruned back our tomatoes and staked them. We have one more tomato to do, and that is the rotate. Let's go have a look. So this is the rotate tomato, beast of a thing. Let me just take you a bit lower so you can see what's actually happening here. This rotate has been supported by 3 bamboo stakes and a couple of tars here and there, which do seem to be doing their job to a degree. But now, as you can see, it's got quite a bit of fruit on it, which is nice, and they're sizable. They're not little tomatoes either, which is nice. I'm going to take this one off. While I was cleaning up the tomatoes, I found a couple that have been feasted upon. So I'm going to remove those off of the bush because there's no point in letting them ripen. Then they are just more susceptible to disease, and who wants to eat this? This tomato here has also been bitten and stung. Hey guys, so my battery's running a little bit flat, so I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break. I'm going to have myself some coffee, I'll come back and weed, and once my phone is charged, we'll pick up where we left off. So I guess I will either see you later or tomorrow. Good morning guys, Addie here, and we're back in the garden. It's day 2. I didn't come back out again yesterday, but I'm here today and we're going to carry on with this garden. So let me show you what I got done. Right, so this is the state of the garden at the moment as we start today. So I've done a nice job here. I've done all the weeding, and I did some weeding on this section as well, and I dealt with this tomato over here. Today we're dealing with the bean and the eggplant over here, and we're going to see if we can just, how do I put it, thin this section slightly so there's a bit more airflow, and then we're going to start with the compost. This is our Cavango pepper. Cavango, I don't know, but it's definitely turning yellow, which is good because I don't really like green peppers. Right, so let's look at this side of the garden. I have to tidy up these cucumbers, pull off these sickly leaves, put some fertilizer in the bottom of this pot just to give them a little bit of extra. Then here we've got our peppers, and as you can see, some of them are yellowing, and they have this crinkly leaf situation going on, which if we look is partly pest pressure, but also I think a lot of this is due to the amount of rain we got. But either way, the plant itself is focusing its attention on the fruit and not on the actual foliage itself, so we're just going to go around, help it out a little bit, and remove some of these gross leaves. We'll keep the healthier ones because it still needs to be able to get some sunlight. As you can see, some of my peppers are ripening, the Cavango included. Not sure what color these peppers are meant to be when they are ripe, because I bought them under the pretense that they would be jalapenos and they were green peppers. I also bought a Tabasco pepper, and the Tabasco pepper is purple, which is really strange to me. But anyway, it seems like it was a chilly misunderstanding this year. Then over here, if we come and look, I have some slightly sickly leaves on my eggplant that I'm going to remove. And tonight we're going to spray because we have a bit of an aphid infestation. To me, it's not surprising. I do find that the eggplants are more susceptible to the aphid pressure. So we're just going to do our best. We do have a beautiful eggplant here on the plant. So this I will harvest today. And then I'm going to come around and I'm going to prop up these paprikas, pepper dews that have fallen over. I will pull out this kohlrabi. It is the wrong season, but it is still giving it guns. And we're going to remove this mellow so that my mustard greens have more space to grow. Then under this bean plant, which is beasting, I do have a Heinz tomato that I need to obviously go around and prune. It is being smothered, unfortunately, by the bean. Look at the sheer size of this thing. Plant. This is one plant, just so that we're clear. And it has a deep-seated desire to escape this garden. It has wrapped itself around our washing line pole. It is trying to climb into our tomatoes. So I think today what I'll try and do is just put a string so that it has something to latch onto. And if it goes crazy, it goes crazy. We'll just see what it has to offer. So that's the plan for this morning at least. Let's clean this up quickly and then we can get to compost. Alright, that should give this parsley a bit of space and this mustard green a little bit of space to stretch out as well. I am going to harvest the larger leaves so that the smaller plants below can also get a little bit of sunlight and have a space to breathe. Another eggplant here. And yeah, the water. That's pretty. Ooh! That's exciting. That's pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. So, we grow, or we like eggplants at least. Because we make marinated eggplants and they're actually really tasty. You should let me know in the comments below if this is a journey you want to go on, and I'll show you how we make our marinated eggplants. I do need to raise this branch off the ground so that the eggplant is not touching. Just going to do that by placing a bamboo stake in the ground. And just like that, we're off the ground and the space is more open. So far, I have cleaned up this area here, removed the mellow, I think it was a mellow plant. I have raised this eggplant slightly and removed some of the foliage underneath, propped up my pepper dews, and now I'm about to attack this tomato and this bean plant. So originally what had happened was I had planted this tomato plant with 3 bamboo stakes to create more of a situation like that where it had a cage to grow up. But unfortunately this bean had a mind of its own and has taken over. It has enveloped all the stakes. It has managed to climb across a couple and up the wash line. So there's nothing I can actually do about it, and in all honesty it is kind of beautiful in its own messy way. But I do need to deal with this tomato plant if there's any hope of it ever producing some decent fruits. And it does have fruits on it. So this area is obviously fertile and the plants like it. It's just I'm not so sure that I like that the plants are so eager at this point in time, because they're growing faster than I can handle. I think that's the problem. I'm old and these plants have a will of their own. So this is the base of the bean that has grown into its own wilderness here. Let's see what we can do. As you can see, here is another wooden stake that it's pulled over as it's tried to climb. I'm also going to go through and just harvest any beans that I can find. The plan is to subdivide these kales, these Swiss chard, and plant another line so that they have a little bit more room to expand. Hey guys, so I'm done in the bed for now. So it's time for compost. I'm going to go start loading and offloading. And now I'm going to offload this into the garden and spread it out. Hey guys, so that's it. We've done it. 5 wheelbarrows later, and I have put a thick compost layer over the entire bed. So I just wanted to say thanks for hanging out with me over the last 2 days. I really do appreciate you coming and spending your time with me, and I hope you had a good one, and I hope that you have a fantastic weekend as well. Please, if you're not subscribed already, please consider liking and subscribing for us, and if you could, just share it across your social media platforms. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Bye guys.